Chopping Mall is a 1986 sci-fi slasher film directed by Wynorski. A bunch of teenagers spend their days working at a local mall. Meanwhile, the mall unveils its plans to create robotic security guards. One night, the kids throw a party in the mall past business hours, and the robots plan to take them out one by one. Guys, welcome back to Garage Slasher-thon, where every day for the month of October, we revisit a slasher movie. Today, we're talking about Chopping Mall. I've never seen this movie. Has a very captivating poster, has a very unique title, kind of a silly play on words, but this movie knows exactly what it's trying to be, and it gives the people what they want. That's all I'll say about the movie. I really like it. It has horrible reviews. It doesn't have that big of a cult following from what I can see. I don't see many people talking about this movie. I just saw it because I thought the poster was funny and I thought the name was funny and I figured I'd give this a shot. It's very dumb. It's a dumb movie. I can understand why this got terrible reviews when it came out. But when you look back at it and you watch it through the lens of someone who's in the year 2023, it's just a fun movie. It's just so much dumb fun. A lot of people, they'll go watch a Fast and Furious movie because that's their definition of dumb fun. But I feel like those kind of just give me a headache. This, to me, is my definition of this is a dumb, fun movie. The movie opens and you have this kind of very RoboCop-y moment.
Stop right there and surrender your weapon.
And I thought this movie must have been derivative of RoboCop, but it turns out the movie came out 1 year prior to RoboCop because the robots kind of act like Ed 209. That's why I thought, okay, they're probably trying to capitalize on the success of RoboCop. So way to go. Good job, Chopping Mall. You're ahead of the game in some respects, even though you're a pretty generic slasher movie. One thing that's especially funny about that opening is they're talking about the robots and they have the robots on display. There's people in the audience during this presentation of the unveiling of the security guard robots. There's two people there, a husband and a wife, and the wife says,
"They look like the Three Stooges."
And then the guy says,
"I don't know, Mary, the one in the middle has an unpleasantly ethnic quality."
Kind of a strange line. Anyway, so what's really fun about this movie is that it's a satire of mall culture at the time. I saw one reviewer compare this to Dawn of the Dead by George Romero, and I think that movie is a lot more smart with its commentary, whereas this is just so over-the-top, batshit crazy. All the teenagers who work in this mall, they're so horned up, and I get it. They're trying to do some commentary about how back in the 80s, people were all sexed up, and they'd go to the mall to pick up chicks and shit. This totally cranks it up to a whole different level. These kids are so horny. This is I've seen the Friday the 13th movie just now. I've seen every horny teenager in a slasher movie. I've never seen a slasher movie with this horny of teenagers. Everyone's just come on, I need to have sex, man. Let's have sex, dude. And I'm sure Zoomers are gonna watch this movie. Well, actually, I'm not sure of that. But if they did watch this movie, I'm sure they'd think hold on, were people actually having sex in the mall like that? It's so horned up. This is the horniest movie I've ever seen. At some point in the movie, the kids are having a party. Unbeknownst to the owners of the mall, they decide to stay after hours and just have a party. And there's a whole orgy that ensues in the furniture store. And what's weird too is that it's not even presented in a way that's very oh yeah, there's an orgy going on. The camera is just oh yeah, they're having an orgy. That's just what kids do. And I'm not many kids do that. Not many teenagers just have an orgy in the mall. Speaking of which, the kids in this movie aren't the only horny people in the movie. The cinematographer is very horny in this movie. Every opportunity to just put the camera on someone's ass or on someone's chest, he takes that opportunity. He knows where the money is at. He knows how to make a quick dime in Hollywood. Prompts to you, Mr. Cinematographer. Give the people what they want, I tell you. So yeah, you can tell this is a very exploitive movie. It's exploitation with a capital E, and it's proud of it. And that's kind of what I like about the movie. It's a tight movie. It's an hour and a quarter length. It's only about 80 minutes in runtime. Gives you a lot of boob shots, a lot of butts, a lot of sex, and a lot of cool kills. And it does it very quickly, gives the people what they want, and gets the fuck out. You know, you gotta respect a movie that just knows what it is, delivers, gives you what you want, and get the fuck out. They don't do that enough, especially nowadays. Movies are so fucking long. It takes forever, and I was just thinking, the movie ends here, and when the movie ends, it's just like they kill the last robot. There's 3 of these robots running around, they kill the last one, police arrives, kiss, done. Boom, that's your ending. Any other modern Hollywood movie would have had like a police questioning moment where the character is like quivering, has a blanket over them in the ambulance, and the police is asking them questions. Then you're for sure gonna get like the mall owner who's getting handcuffed and arrested. Then you're gonna have like a courtroom scene probably. Then you're gonna have like a scene where the teenager talks to the mom and the dad and says what happens. Maybe they don't believe her. It would drag on that ending. Any modern Hollywood movie would drag that ending and milk it. No, this movie just ends. Alright, they killed the last robot. Let's get a kiss. Boom. We're done. Good. That's what I like about this movie. It knows exactly what it is, and it delivers, you know? And listen, it's a fun movie, and I wouldn't say the characters are very deep, but it is fun to just watch these characters run around and figure out how they're gonna kill these slasher robots. Especially the guy characters. All the guy characters, as soon as shit hits the fan, they're in it together. They're like, okay, let's do this, guys. You know, some slasher movies, they'll always have like the incompetent character that's just slowing down the whole group. This movie doesn't have that. It has some moments, but they're very brief, and it's just like, okay, get a hold of yourself. Okay, I'm back in it.
We're wasting time.
You know, it's so relieving to not get overtly stupid characters that slowed the whole film down, you know? This movie knows, like, you know what? Just show the guys being fellas. Just the fellas, let's go. The fellas are in it together. They're doing teamwork. They're helping each other out. You're in it. Nothing but a good old sense of team spirit in your film. This movie is America. A bunch of exploitation, a bunch of nudity, a bunch of consumerism, but at the end of the day, the people have a heart of gold. That's what I like about Chopping Mall. It stands for the American dream. Guys, have you seen Chopping Mall? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Comment below, let me know, and I'll see you guys around. Take care.
Kill bots.